Hi, I'm Caitlin, your cyclical Pilates instructor. Here at the Spring to Life method, we vary our workout intensity to match our fluctuating hormones and energy throughout the menstrual cycle in order to optimize our energy and get the best results. So today we're doing a lengthen flow featuring a foam roller, which is perfectly suited for those late luteal phase and menstrual phase days when you just don't want to push it too hard. Your energy might be a little lower, but maybe you're feeling a little achy in your body. We're going to be doing a lot of chest opening and upper back release today, so it's going to be really energy giving. Before we get into the movement, make sure you're subscribed to the Spring to Life method to get new cyclical Pilates flows every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we're going to begin with the foam roller long ways on the mat, and we're going to bring our tailbone towards one end and then lay back carefully so that your entire spine is supported here. Now you can just let your feet be wide and the knees fall into each other. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths, allowing your back body to just settle in against the roller. You may or may not be feeling some intense sensations as the roller presses against your spine, and maybe some tight muscle groups between the shoulder blades. So just centering yourself here, connecting with your breath in through the nose, filling the belly, filling the lungs, and then out through the mouth, emptying your diaphragm and your lungs of all that stale air. Now, when you feel you have your balance here, we're going to start to reach the fingertips down towards the heels so that the elbows come off the mat. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more energy pushing down through the palms. And with your inhale, take the arms back and overhead, almost like somebody's standing behind you, pulling your wrists back, giving you a big stretch. Maybe your shoulders elevate towards your ears. And then exhale, press them back down by your sides, maybe flattening the palms to the mat. Inhale, reach back, big stretch. Exhale, press it down. Inhale, reach it back. Maybe your ribs open up a little bit away from the roller. And then that exhale connects the ribs back down. The arms come by your sides. Now one more time, inhale, reach back. This time try not to elevate the shoulders so much, just let the fingertips get heavy towards the floor. And then start to reach open to the sides, circling the arms back down by your hips. So inhale takes the arms back and overhead. Exhale, circles them open. Maybe your fingertips stay on the floor the whole time. Maybe you're a little tighter through your chest, so you're feeling them hover. Either way, just work with what you've got today. From the bottom, we're going to inhale, reach the arms open to the sides, back and overhead. Exhale, press the arms down through the center. So reversing those arm circles. One more time here. Energy reaching through those fingertips. Now from the bottom, take the arms back open to the side. When you get to your T here, just let the palms be heavy for a moment. Maybe your elbows start to soften. Maybe you feel those shoulder blades pinch in towards the roller just a little bit. Keep connecting with that breath. Always moving with the breath, never holding it in. Now when you feel pretty relaxed with the arms open to this T, you're just going to start to bend at the elbows. Bringing your arms into more of a cactus position, making 90-degree bends. Maybe that pulls your fingers away from the floor like it did mine. We're just going to hang out here for a moment and let gravity do its thing in pulling the fingertips and the elbows down towards the floor. You're welcome just to stay here with the arms open, or if you feel centered and balanced on the roller, you can pull the arms towards each other like you're closing a book, and then open them back out to the sides. Exhale to close in. Inhale to drip open. So you'll notice if you add this motion in, that as the arms open to the sides, you get that weight of the elbows that gives you a little extra stretch through the chest there, through that shoulder attachment. A couple more times here. Now we'll just let those arms stay open to the sides. And like you're making a snow angel, bring your fingertips towards each other overhead, and then pull your elbows in and down towards your waist. So keeping the bend to the elbows, but adding that snow angel motion in. A few more times here. Last one. Just let the arms settle back out to the sides. And then with your next exhale, allow those elbows to drip in, bringing your palms back to the floor. And we'll curl the chin up as we come off to one side, taking the roller out. And we're going to turn that horizontal behind us. So before we get into any more foam rolling, just come up to a seat here. Take a few deep breaths. Put the hands on the knees. Let's take an inhale, opening the neck, looking up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring your chin towards your chest, looking down. And use your palms pushing into your knees to open the chest. And then exhale, tuck the chin in. Two more breaths here. Now making it more of a spinal movement as you inhale. Pull the chest forward, look up. As you exhale, scoop your belly back, curl behind the hips, look in towards your belly button. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl in. Lift and scoop. One more breath here. And lifting back to neutral. We're going to uncross the legs, bend the knees, plant the feet, and just curl back until you find your ribs on the roller. So you want it to be kind of under the bra line, under the shoulder girdle area. Make sure you have room behind you. Now we're going to push down into the feet, stack the hands behind the head, and then curl the hips up. Keep the hips curled to roll through the back. So we're just going to do some passes along the rib cage, really. So maybe down to your bottom rib and then up to the space between the shoulder blades. And for now, we're just keeping this forward flexion, keeping the core engaged, digging the heels into the mat, and using those hamstrings to really guide us up and down. And you might need to readjust and pull it closer. We'll take just a few more passes. And then we'll end up with the roller, again, just below the shoulder blades. Go ahead and drop the hips down. Inhale at the top, exhale, push your head into your hands, arching back over the roller. Exhale, pulling the belly in, ribs together to curl forward. So just taking some extension now, if it feels comfortable, to open back over the roller like that. Now keeping the roller under the shoulder blades, we're going to again hover the hips, but this time twist a little bit to your right. So now we're rolling a little bit more to the back side of that lat. And depending on how tight you are here, this might feel quite intense. Just a few inches up and down. And then we'll lower the hips, go ahead and come into more of a sideline position, and we'll bring the roller back kind of against the lat here, under the armpit. And you'll know when you've got it kind of against the meat there. It's a tender spot. So we'll have the elbow down, knees stacked, and just ever so gently curling away from the roller and then tapping the elbow back down. So if you're very tight here, this might feel very intense. So you might just want to hang out here, maybe even lifting and lowering off of the roller, kind of engaging and disengaging that lat if it feels really intense. Otherwise, trying to ever so gently roll through that tight lat muscle, which if you're doing your Pilates correctly, most of the time these lats get used and they get tight, and then we have to give them a little love here. Breathing. And let's gently push up and away. Go ahead and grab your shin and just take a stretch in the opposite direction. Roll that shoulder out. And then let's bring that roller up and behind us. I'm going to turn around to face the opposite direction so you can see still. And we're just going to again take a few passes through the upper back. And then keeping the hips hovered, twist the knees to the left or the opposite side, and just find a little roll through the back side of that lat there. And now you can compare to your first side which one feels tighter, which one needs a little more work. Make sure you're still connecting with your breath. And then we'll gently bring those hips down, coming into that more of a side line position, bringing the roller just right under that armpit there. Hips and knees stacked, bottom elbow resting on the mat. So maybe just even being here is enough intensity for you. Feels pretty intense for me on this side. Or you can start to add a little curl so that you get a little bit of motion against that roller. Oh, and you know when it hurts this much, you really need it. As long as it's not anything sharp, shooting acute pain, as long as you can tell that it's just getting into that musculature, it's like medicine. Taking a few more breaths here, a few more passes, or just kind of letting that roller soften into your tight muscle tissue if the curls don't feel great today. And then we'll go ahead and gently bring the hands down, grab the opposite shin, and stretch up and over. Lifting up. Now from here, let's take the roller back in front of us. We'll do one more for our shoulders. So we're going to let the legs be wide, maybe to the corners of the mat. Bring your forehead down, and then just drape your forearms over your roller. So you want your neck to be long. Try not to tuck your chin in or reach it forward too much. And then we're just going to isolate the scapula. So inhale, shrugging your shoulders to your ears, and exhale, drawing them down across your back. So getting some movement in those shoulder blades here, but also getting a little bit of a stretch for those muscles on the top of the shoulders with the arms elevated here. Now shrug the shoulders up as you exhale, draw them down the back. Feel like the crown of your head's going to touch the roller. Start to hover your nose. Keep the shoulders coming down, and then inhale, melt it forward. Just finding that a few more times, just thinking of the length you need to find in your neck to even pick your head up off the mat. And again. And bring it down, bringing the palms to the mat. We're going to sit our hips back. So let's actually come to a quadruped position here. Bring your hands on the roller and then just let your arms roll forward, letting your forehead come down. So kind of like a puppy pose in yoga, trying to bring your forehead down to the mat. So now getting a much more intense stretch in those shoulders. If this is too much, you can always just bring your hands flat on the mat here. You could also try sending the roller forward more so it's just under the palms. Letting your forehead sink down, thinking of reaching your chest, your sternum, towards the mat with your hips sitting back. One more big breath in. As you exhale, scoop your belly back to sit onto your heels. We'll take the knees now wide on the mat. Bring the roller in close one more time. Big inhale at the top. Exhale. Reach it forward. And again, here, letting your forehead sink down. Now, you can play with where the roller is. If you don't like how that stretch feels, you can take it forward again. So the palms are just on top of the roller, reaching forward. Maybe you want to bring it more under the wrists. You can add a little bit of wrist action in that case. Just play with what feels best in your body today. And we'll just close out our practice by taking some nice, deep belly breaths. Allowing the whole body to relax. One more time, big breath in. Exhale. Belly button to spine, start to roll it up. Roll those shoulders out a few times. Feeling all that fresh blood flowing through the upper body. Take a nice big breath in, reach up, look up. Palms together, coming down in front of the heart center. Just taking a moment to center yourself. Noticing if anything has come up for you. We've released a lot of tension, so maybe some emotions, some feelings are coming up. Acknowledge, let them pass. And then take a moment of gratitude for spending this time with your body. I'm so grateful you chose to spend it with me, and I'll see you here on the mat next time. Make sure you're subscribed to the Spring to Life method for new cyclical Pilates flows every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.